Coyote warning. Thank God for this sign because I would not know what to do. Do not approach the coyote. Do not run from the coyote. Face the coyote, wave your arms slowly and speak in a loud voice. Now I'm curious, English or Spanish? Which voice is it going to understand? Do not crouch down or bend over in case the coyote's gay. Do all you can to appear larger. Back away slowly, blah, blah, blah. Maintain eye contact with the coyote at all times. Fight back if attacked. Thank God for that sign, because if it weren't for that sign and I was attacked by a coyote, I probably wouldn't have fought back. I would have just sat there and chatted in Spanish with him. So that sign's going to save my life for sure. Hello everyone, welcome to the city of Las Vegas, and this is how I see it. Now most people, when you think of Las Vegas, is the strip, the casinos and the motels and the gambling and the hot girls and the prostitutes and all the craziness. Vegas is the Sin City, and it definitely is. So I'm making a separate video, Vegas by night. This is Vegas by day, Las Vegas City itself, the parks, the lookout points, everything to see and do in Las Vegas that is not the strip itself. So welcome to This Is How I See It, Las Vegas City. So this vantage point here gives you an idea of how flat Las Vegas actually is. It is surrounded by mountains, as you can see all the way around, but it is super, super flat. Another mountain, and another mountain. And there is downtown Vegas. So here's a sign you'd only get in America. Jesus is the answer, gun show. Lorenzi Park, 1926. Lorenzi Lake, the dream of pioneer David G. Lorenzi, opened as a private resort in 1926. Became Twin Lakes Lodge in 1940s and a public park in 1966. Well, as we all know, the state of Nevada is a desert, and that's your grass here in Las Vegas. It is brown, crunchy grass. So that was just a small teaser of the Las Vegas Strip. That was on Highway 15 heading south. So if you want to see a really nice view at sunset, that's it. So this park I'm about to show you is pretty darn cool, I gotta admit. It's about a 5-minute drive from the Las Vegas Strip itself. And what's cool about this is that it's all green grass in the middle. They have a dog park and they have some soccer/football fields. But surrounding it are sand dunes and almost like mini cliffs. Sunset Regional Park may actually be the largest park here in Las Vegas. I am up here right now. I'm gonna stroll through this Sunset Lake, and then down here, the dune overlook. I'm gonna head here, and I'm assuming there's a giant dune down here somewhere. What time does the game start, guys? You need another player? I'm good. Well, who says you need a big van to live in it and go on a road trip? Now that is full. This whole thing is a dune right in the center of the city. In my opinion, nicest park here in Las Vegas. So this is a huge shopping and dining mall, which is only about a 5-minute drive from Las Vegas Strip. This gives you an idea of the area. It is a giant square, piles of shopping, lots of restaurants, but in the middle there is a park, and that's pretty much why I'm here. So let's go find the park. Now I know this is a Las Vegas by day video, but this park and this mall I think is best seen by night. Alright guys, there's a story I want to share with you. It's Saturday afternoon. I'm on the Las Vegas Strip, as you can see. Most of this Las Vegas Strip stuff is going to be on my nighttime video, but I want to share something with you. I'm working my street project today, and one thing I've noticed with working on the streets around the world in various countries is that, for me, the richer the country, the ruder the people, on average. When I worked with the euro, dollar, pound countries, people are a lot ruder than if we work, let's say, the Vietnamese dong, or the Ukrainian hryvnia, or the Belarusian ruble, the lower currency countries. So I'm in America, I'm in a high currency country. My street projects have not been that successful here because rich people. I'm now in Las Vegas, which is the richest city of all of, probably all of America, maybe New York, whatever. The point of this story is that if you can see over my shoulder here, there's a homeless lady over there. And working my street project, I saw her sitting there, smiling at everybody, saying, have a lovely day, you know, not harassing anyone, not begging for money, just being nice. And with about, I'd say about an hour and a half, she probably made $1 or $2. And what's funny is everyone walking down the street has $60 drinks in their hand, these huge martini things in plastic bottles. They've got Gucci bags and Armani and Ray-Ban sunglasses, and everyone has a pile of money here. To be able to come to Vegas, you need a lot of money. To be able to stay at a hotel in Vegas, you need a lot of money. The casinos, they're spending millions here on hotels and shows, and $300 shows and casinos and everything. Point to this story is that I spoke to her for about an hour. We had a big chat about a whole bunch of different stuff. And she's a lovely lady, and she's very smart. She doesn't stink, she's not dressed like a bum, she doesn't have a homeless sign. You know, she's just a very, very nice lady. She's from Texas. She's been about a year in Vegas now. And she said all of the people walking by, most of them are rude. She's been spit on. She's been yelled at, all this stuff. and she's a really, really nice lady. So while we're talking and she's telling me this story, somebody threw a Twinkie at us. And I look at them and I said, what is this? You know, it slid across the ground and it hit her foot and she's sitting on her chair. Oh, it's for the homeless lady. So you threw a Twinkie at her instead of coming up and handing it to her. So that's another interesting thing is how people, she said this, people have thrown food at her. They've come up and they've given her half their food, and she'll have to say to them, you know there's COVID going around out there, so thank you for half your cookie, but I'll pass. So just the perception people have of giving their junk to a homeless person. But that's the negative part. The positive part to this story, this family comes up, this mother with 4 little daughters, and they have a plastic bag and they hand it to her and they said, it's a hamburger and a french fry from one of the restaurants, we'd like to give this to you. They were very, very, very sweet. So the homeless lady opens this bag up and it was a really big fat hamburger and a huge french fry and a coleslaw from one of these restaurants around here. Now the thing is, these restaurants are super expensive, so they probably spent at least $30 on this burger and french fry. And it was brand new and it was in a bag and everything. So that's a really, really nice family. But the best part of that story is that I looked over to her from my street project to see if she was eating the hamburger. And this other homeless guy goes walking by her. Now he's got bad clothes on and a huge beard and he's got mud on his face and he's limping with holes in his shoes. He's in rough shape. She calls him over. She gives him the bag with the hamburger, the french fries, and the Twinkie that was thrown at her. Said, this is for you. So the funny thing is all of these $1 million people that are here that have piles of money won't give her $1, or they'll give her half a cookie. But her, being a homeless person, gave a brand new hamburger, french fry, and a Twinkie, $30 worth, to another homeless guy. So I guess the moral of the story is, what I've learned is that all rich countries out there just spend all their money on themselves, and poor people give half of what they have to other people. And by the way, the family that came up, the mother with the 4 daughters, they weren't dressed real fancy. You could tell they were not a rich family. And they went above and beyond to buy this food to give to this homeless person. And this homeless person gave her food to another homeless person. So, no offense, rich people, you can kiss my ass. And I can't wait to get back to some of these poorer countries in the world where the people are absolutely beautiful. Well, I hate to say this, but Las Vegas is definitely not the cleanest city. I have seen this all over the city. They cleaned some of it up on the strip, but not much. It's everywhere. Las Vegas Fire and Rescue Team. Well, I gotta say this, I thought San Francisco had bad roads, but sorry Las Vegas, they might be smoother in Las Vegas, but it's the worst designed city I think I've ever driven a vehicle on. You're on a highway and you go to get off the highway, which puts you on another highway, and then you get off that highway to another highway, and then when you think you're off the highway, no, you're still on a highway. Yeah, sorry Vegas, awful, terrible design of a city. Time now for a drive through Chinatown. Welcome to the Neon Museum. So the Neon Museum is an outdoor museum, and it has two separate exhibits actually. One is called Brilliant and one is called the Boneyard, and they're right next to each other, like a 2-minute walk. So the Boneyard is the main one, the large one, and all of the neon lights, the displays are all blinking and flashing. So there's a 45-minute tour. They explain the history of all of that. The other one called the Brilliant is full of the neon signs as well that are unoperational. So they've got a sound lighting, sort of an LED show that they put on, and they light everything up and they explain that. So they are two separate tickets, so well worth the visit. Looks pretty cool. Well, I'm sorry to share this, but I have to. It's a Sunday afternoon. I'm sitting in a parking lot outside the gym just having some lunch, and I'm going to go in and have a workout. In this car here, these two humongous ladies come out, very large ladies, from the gym. They get in their car that's parked in the wheelchair parking lot, so they're obviously not in a wheelchair because they walked perfectly fine. And then they throw their garbage out. 1 can, 2 cans. They start gunning their garbage out the windows. No offense, America, but this is what I've seen everywhere. This parking lot that I'm in is absolutely full of garbage blowing across the streets. And this garbage is everywhere, blowing all over the place. What's funny is that there's a garbage can right here, almost empty, outside the gym, but there's all the garbage on both sides, just blowing in the wind all over the place. So also, it's not just here in Las Vegas, but I noticed it all through Washington, also through Oregon, everywhere in California that I've seen thus far, and here in Nevada. So it's not just one city, but America's getting dirtier by the day. So I'm in the bathroom, and I'd like to share a little bit about technology. First of all, when I sat on the toilet, it flushed 3 times while I was doing my thing. Then it flushed twice while I was standing and trying to pull up my pants. So that's 5 flushes while I was on the can. Then I come over here to this fancy thing. Check these out. Wow, this is the sink. Hello. So you put your hand under here for the water. But as you can see, it doesn't work. Okay, there's the sensor. Nope, no water. So then when you come over to this one, watch this. Oh, look, oh, got blue lights blinking. Oh, wow, check that out. Look at that. And drip, drip, drip. So there you go. And this one, I think, doesn't work as well. Oh, does this one work? No, this one doesn't work either. So, oh, there it goes. It works when your hand is not under it. Enough with the technology, people. Just turn the effing sink on and turn the effing sink off and let me flush the toilet manually. Thank you. So there is lots to see here at the Springs Preserve. Lots of hiking paths. Boomtown, 1905 Waterworks, Nevada State Museum, Origin Museum, Amphitheater. Lots of goodies, botanical garden, butterfly habitat. This is going to take some time.
Welcome aboard. We're glad you joined us today. Please keep your arms and legs inside the car.
Water is the lifeblood of the desert, and abundant water once flowed here. Howell then sold his ranching operation to Gas, who dubbed his larger property the Springs Ranch.
Water delivery in the early 1900s was hardly high-tech.
Which one?
Mr. McWilliams, you are either very shrewd or very...
It is Sunday afternoon, and the main strip here in Vegas is closed off for a huge marathon. As you can see, there's millions of people on the sidewalk, and there are no vehicles, which I have never seen in my 2 weeks here in Vegas. So I'll try and get you some footage, but the streets are empty. It's Sunday afternoon, about 3 o'clock. I'm heading towards the Bellagio fountain area, but it is full today on the sidewalks. It's gonna be a Sunday afternoon party. Well, it's been 2 hours and these people are still running by. I don't know how many people were in this marathon.